Hey, seventh grade, we are on day 3 of our STAR practice. So remember that during our STAR practice, we're focusing on the strategies and skills that we need to master the STAR. You will watch the video, you will do your practice, you can get feedback on your work, you might be told to revise your work, and then you'll do your exit ticket. Remember, you must tell us when you are done with your classwork so we can tell you when you can go to the exit ticket. We need to be able to check your work. We don't know you're done unless you tell us you're done. You should not start your exit ticket unless you've been told to start your exit ticket. Make sure you raise your hand. Let us know when you're done with this classwork. Remember, our strategy is PRQAP. You're going to preview. You're going to read and write your gist. You're going to analyze the questions, answer the questions, and prove them with text evidence. Remember, your non-negotiables are to read and write your gist, and to prove your answer with text evidence, you must do these things. Today, we're focused on summarizing the main points of an entire passage or a section. We're focused on our summaries. So remember that summaries is like summing it up, basically. It's talking about the main points of what you read. Your summary should include important information from the beginning, middle, and end of the passage or section. This is still your gist. You can combine your gist to help you write your summary or help you choose what is the best summary. I have it right there. Look at your gist. Remember, summaries have no opinions and they always must be objective. So no opinions, must be objective. So let's go ahead and look at our work for today. Today we are reading this article called Fish Out of Water. Since there are only 6 paragraphs, I am not reading this to you. You are going to read it on your own. Instead, I'm going to give you a summary of what you're going to read. Now, remember our strategy. Let me go ahead and put it here. So we remember we're going to preview, read, and gist, do our questions, answer, and prove our answers. So fish out of water. I have a picture of a frog, and I feel like this is going to be nonfiction just because we're talking about a frog called a mud skipper based on like me scanning through the text. So I'm going to learn some things about this frog and how he's a fish out of water. So I'm going to put nonfiction. So I just got through reading the whole text. I'm going to go ahead and write my overall gist of what I just read. So my overall gist is that mud skippers can swim, skip, and climb. They are able to live out of water because they can breathe air and store water in their gills. Their skin has to be damp for them to stay out of water. They have front and back fins and that help them move and pull themselves up. They need salty water, muddy soil, and land to survive as pets. So that's my gist. I just combined all of my gist together and wrote it as my overall gist. We're going to answer question 1 together. Question 1 says, which of the following is the best summary of the passage? Anytime you see best summary, you know you are going to summarize something. That's the most important thing. You know you're going to summarize something. Why am I in suggestion mode? I don't know. But you know you're going to summarize something. So I'm highlighting this and I'm going to put next to this question, I am doing a summary. This is not where I want to write it. Summary. I also know it says that I'm summarizing the whole passage. I'm not just summarizing a paragraph like in question 2. I'm summarizing the whole passage. So let me underline that because that is important or highlight it. What I'm going to do is write my overall gist right next to this question. A strategy that you'll use for years because you won't ever write an overall gist unless you choose to. What you can do is copy and paste every gist that you wrote into the question because it's easier when we copy our gist into the question. If it ever comes up too big, you can just hit undo and you can paste without formatting and it will put it in the same text as you had written on the question. That's just a quick little insight about Google Docs. Okay, so I have my gist right here, or my overall gist, all 6 of my gist together. And I'm going to answer these questions using my strategies. I've already done my analyzing. Now I'm going to answer it. So I need to figure out what the best summary is. It needs to include the beginning, middle, and end of what I have. Okay, so A says, a good pet to have is a mud skipper. It can live in an aquarium and feed itself. It must be personally taken care of and have plenty of salt water and mud. This paragraph right here, or this sentence right here, is a detail from paragraph 6. I'm going to put on here that it's a detail from paragraph 6 and that is not the answer because it's only from paragraph 6. It does not have my beginning, middle, and end because it only has my end on paragraph 6. He says a type of goby is a mud skipper. They live in mud and forests of Asia and Africa. They have special sacks that are like reverse scuba gear and enable them to live out of water. I know this comes from paragraphs 1 and 2, maybe even 3, but it does not have my end. So I'm going to cross this one out as well because it does not have my end. So I'm going to put it does not include the end. C, a mud skipper can travel on land using its strong body in many ways. The muscles in their fins help them to hop along mud or water. They can move themselves across the 20 inches of land faster than they can swim. This is only from the middle of my section. It doesn't have the beginning. It doesn't have the end. This is mainly just the middle. Only includes middle. So then now I'm going to look at the last one. It says a mud skipper is a kind of fish that can climb, skip, and jump. Mud skippers can climb, skip, and jump. Okay, that is in my gist. Mud skippers have muscular bodies to travel on land and use their fins to climb trees. Okay, I believe that's another part of my gist. These fish can be pets, but they must have a special habitat of salt water and mud. Salt water, muddy soil. It's in my gist. Let me see if I have anything about their fins. I have something about their fins right here. So I'm going to highlight that. So it looks like I have all parts of my gist inside this last question or this answer. So I'm going to choose this as my answer. Another step that I need to do, because it can't just be from my gist, I need to go back and I need to show the text evidence of how this is right. So let me go ahead and go through the passages and I'm going to highlight where I see these things. So a mud skipper is a kind of fish that can skip, jump, and swim. Right here, it says swim in my first paragraph. It has skip and climb. So these are all things that it says that the mud skipper can do. It's all in my first paragraph. Okay, let me go ahead and look down back at that question at some other things that answer choice had. Mud skippers have muscular bodies to travel on land and use their fins to climb on trees. So here, let me see where they talk about their muscular bodies. That talks about their gills. Let's see. Oh, this one talks about their muscular bodies. So in paragraph 4, we start talking about their muscular bodies. We talk about their fins. So that's also included. And then what else did it say? These fish can be pets, but they have to have a special habitat of salt water and mud. So let me see. Muddy soil, salty water, and muddy soil. So if I not only look at my gist, but I also look at my whole passage, their answer choice has something from paragraph 1, paragraph 4, and paragraph 6. And that looks like beginning, middle, and end. So that's the correct answer, and I just proved it. Your next steps are to go ahead and read and write your gist for this whole passage, because I have not written your gist for you. You're going to read and write your gist for this whole passage. Then you're going to answer question 2. When you finish answering question 2, raise your hand and let us know so you can move on to your exit ticket. You have a short classwork assignment today before you start your exit ticket. There is an additional practice assignment. So if you finish this and you finish your exit ticket before class is over today, then you are going to do your additional practice summary. So after you finish your exit ticket, you're going to do the additional practice and you're going to keep working until it is time to go. because we want you to really practice on this skill today. And the best way to do it is to continuously read and practice. All right, guys, make sure that you do those things. Remember that you should be copying and pasting your gist to each answer, because that's going to help you when it comes to main idea questions or our summary questions. Bye, guys.